and soon all will suffer.
Look out everyone, it's a massive solar storm coming at ya. What's going on guys, what's happening? It's me, Tyler Galaxy, and last weekend I got to play the Diablo 3 open beta weekend. Blizzard opened up the beta for everybody to play for a little stress test on their game, and I gotta say it was a lot of fun. Now for those of you who do not know what Diablo is, it is basically a PC game that is like a dungeon crawling / RPG game, and it's a lot of fun. People, when they think of RPGs, they think there's a lot of technicality to it, and with Diablo there is technicality, but the combat is just straight up bashing and mashing monsters with friends and people that you randomly meet over the internet. It's a lot like the Call of Duty of RPGs, and I don't mean shitty quality, put out one every year. I mean like it's easy to get into, easy to learn, and satisfying. So basically the Diablo 3 beta was extremely good. I loved it. I played through it with all 5 of the beta characters, or all 5 of the actual characters that you can use, which is the Barbarian, the Monk, the Witch Doctor, Demon Hunter, and the Sorceress, or Wizard they call him now. But it was extremely fun. I loved it. So here are some of the good points that I found about the beta. The graphics were incredible. It really reminded me of Diablo 2, but the graphics were really updated. So everything was still dark and noir, but everything was dark and noir, but at the same time the colors were awesome, and just the way that the game looks was fantastic. The art direction, the way that the characters swing their axes, and the way that the monk beats up people, and the way that the wizard casts his spells are just fantastic. I absolutely loved it. The art direction in this game is fantastic. The physics, there's actually physics in Diablo 3. In Diablo 2, when you killed an enemy, they all die the same way. So if you killed 30 Venom Lords in 1 minute, they would all fall to the left, and it would just look like a bunch of trees falling down, basically with one spell. But now the enemies die in different ways. Their head explodes, they fly over the place. They kind of got like a ragdoll animation going on. So if you ever played Grand Theft Auto and you kill somebody and their arms and legs go flailing and, you know, they bend over an object, that's exactly how it is in Diablo 3, which is fantastic. I loved it. When you cast a spell, the dead bodies of the enemies around you would bump with the spells that you're casting. It was amazing. All the characters talk and have a personality. Now in Diablo 2, like I said, I haven't said this, but in Diablo 2 there wasn't that much story. In Diablo 3 they are trying to add more story and make the characters feel more real. So now the Barbarian will actually speak to Deckard Cain and speak to the General and speak to different characters and have his own voice, and they each communicate in their own separate ways. They say the same thing, each of the characters say the same thing, but they say it in their own separate ways, which is really cool. I found that the healing orbs that monsters drop really increase the speed of the gameplay. Since you can no longer spam potions, there's a timer on how long you can heal yourself. These orbs really help out the combat and make it fluid, and it's a good mechanic overall. The map interactivity was amazing. You can smash out a wall and drop it on your enemies, drop a chandelier on your enemies, break statues, all kinds of cool things in Diablo 3. The new teleport system is pretty neat. Instead of having to teleport or create a teleport portal for your teammate, they can automatically travel to where you want to be, and you can set up your banner, which is called. You click on the banner and you teleport to your friend. You can set up this banner wherever you want. You can put it by the stash, you could put it by the waypoint. It's really neat. All characters feel very different. Each character felt like they played a role. The Barbarian, for example, really felt like he was a tank, along with the Monk felt like a tank, and the other 3 classes, the Demon Hunter, the Wizard, and the Witch Doctor, all felt like they had their own unique abilities. The Witch Doctor felt like he was to control enemies. The Demon Hunter felt like she was to quickly take down groups of enemies, and the Wizard felt like he was like a boss taking out machine. The button layout did not change much from Diablo 2, but nonetheless it is still great. You no longer have to switch between skills all the time. Some of your skills can be placed at buttons 1, 2, 3, or 4 for a quick cast, kind of like League of Legends, which is really good. There was no real button clutter. The gameplay itself was fun. Just killing monsters and collecting items and gold and crafting weapons and doing the quests. It was just fun. Playing the barbarian, gaining fury, and then using fury. It was just incredibly fun to play. Like, I can't describe it. The gameplay is just fun. Individual loot. So now, when you kill an enemy, they usually drop an item. Now, this item can be dropped. It is not dropped for everybody. This item is not dropped for everybody. It is dropped for individually one for each person. So now people don't have to fight over items that are dropped. Everybody gets their own. And then once you identify the item and you feel that you don't need it, you can drop it on the ground for the rest of your team to use or squabble over. But it's really cool that they have made the loot individual. And the last point that I have written down is that it has the same Diablo 2 dark feel. The only cons that I had with this game was that it was only 4 players, there was no alternate weapon slots, so you couldn't have like a sword and shield in one hand and then push a button and switch to a two-handed sword, which they had in Diablo 2, so I don't understand why they would have it in Diablo 3. I did not like the crafting. I like finding all the items myself. I have a feeling that I will get used to the crafting and be a master at it, but it just seems like an extra kind of corny addition to the game that I didn't really want to learn, but it seems that I have to. And the only other con was the beta was too short. Honestly, this feels like the Diablo 3 that fans deserve. For those of us who've been waiting over a decade to play this game, this feels like the game that we deserve to play. It is fun as hell, and I can't wait for May 15th. That is my assessment on the Diablo 2 beta. I hope this video didn't run too long. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, leave a comment if you're interested in Diablo 2 or Diablo 3. If you're interested in playing Diablo 3, drop me a link and we'll chat about it some more. Until next time, stay safe, don't panic, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Houston, this is ISS Control. Any word on the